Hello, this is Christian from Precision Opinions Live, and today we're here with Dr. David Gentile, and we're going to discuss a little bit about weight loss. So please stay tuned and enjoy the episode. Thank you. All right. So today we're actually in our new studio.
Loving this.
We're here live at Oasis Integrative Medicine with Dr. David Gentile. His patients know him as Dr. Dave.
Dr. David is, yeah.
And the address is 79725, Route 25.
That's right.
Right. And we're in Rocky Point.
Correct, yeah.
Phone number 631.
Let's see how you do.
821.
I'm impressed.
4200.
All right. Good brain cognition. Good.
Beautiful.
Good.
So I want to start off today. We're in this beautiful office. Just give me a lowdown on kind of what you do day to day, how you came to this field as well, medicine.
Well,
Let's hear it.
That's great. I mean, I was back in the day in business, and I just loved always health, keeping myself healthy, reading up on health. And I said, yeah, I'm not suiting myself or the community or friends, family, or anybody by just reading up on it and keeping myself healthy. I chose to go back. I went back for undergrad, did my pre-med, went to medical school, and then once I got out, I said, you know what? I don't want to just treat the runny nose, the colds, and all the basic stuff. So I kept going and got additional boards and certifications that allowed me to be a fully integrated physician, which is something that I can never, ever tell you. It brings pride and joy to me, and every day I get up empowered. A lot of doctors these days aren't empowered.
Definitely not.
Right?
No.
I am. And I think the reason for that is because I get great results with my patients, but it's also having a lot of different tools to play with, you know?
Of course.
And I love that. I mean, so I get patients that are referred by other practitioners, other patients, other doctors, other fields. And I take what I do very serious. We do a really deep intake, going beyond just your typical questions. We do a lot of blood work. And then we come up with a game plan. And that game plan is to empower that patient to reach their true, full vitality. And I love the word vitality. I love that.
And nutrition, this is something you've done in the past, right? Cooking and everything, and you know that. So you have that background.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the topic today, obviously, that we're going to discuss is weight loss.
Yes.
And I want you to let's do a deep dive. Like, I'm a patient right now. How are you going about your weight loss treatment right away?
Well, that's a great thing. So right now, this holiday season, right? Everybody realizes, oh my God, holiday season, I'm going to put on some weight, and come January, I'm going to want to lose weight. That's not really the best attitude to have. So, but I will never let a weight loss patient start any weight loss activity during the holidays. I just think that's a sabotage. I mean, it's hard enough to lose weight and to be ambitious and stay with it and the stick-to-itness. So I always say, I'm all with you. Wait till January, but for a different reason, because I don't want them to sabotage. So this is a great time of year to be talking about weight loss. But when we talk about weight loss, I want to talk about healthy, lasting, empowering weight loss. That makes you feel vital. And a couple times a year, at least once a year, I'll go through a little detox, a little weight loss, just tune myself up. After COVID, everybody's put on weight. And if you say you haven't, I'm going to probably question you. Are you alive? Because everybody has.
No one's getting in that bikini.
Right. The COVID spread, I call it, right? So I have had a lot of patients that want to lose weight. But I don't want patients to lose weight just to look good in the mirror. I want you to lose weight to feel good about yourself, improve your metabolics, and to be like just a new person. When you feel vital, the world's yours. Whether it's business, creative, writing, music, being in a play, whatever that is. When you feel vital, it comes across, and that's my passion. So weight loss is one of the things I do in this practice as an integrative practice. So I do pain, age, and weight management primarily. But everything kind of falls under one of those categories at some point or another as well. So when a patient comes in with weight loss, I want to find out what are their goals, but what got you to the point of having to come to me to lose weight? What has worked? What has failed? And we know that whole yo-yo thing is, it's the worst thing. Because you ruin your metabolism, you get frustrated, and you just go with the diet du jour. So I take this as a medical model for weight loss. And the first thing I do beyond a good thorough exam and doing the intakes is I do a lot of blood work. But what am I looking for? I'll do all the basics, but I look at inflammation. That's a big hindrance to weight loss. Food, environmental allergies, especially food allergies. So people that are allergic to certain foods, wind up becoming inflamed, and they don't really shed the weight as easy. So that's another hurdle to find out. Do you have that hurdle? Let's get rid of it. Then I do toxins and things of that nature, but then I get into the hormone. I look at the adrenals, I look at estrogen, testosterone, I look at all the different markers that improve your metabolism. Or in the other case, might be that you're just flatlined and down in, let's say, your thyroid. We're not talking about like skewing patients one way or another. Say, listen, here's the range, 0 to 10 on the lab, but you're at a 0.5. Well, that's not optimized. Maybe we need to bring
we
you
need
up.
to optimize it.
Right.
Everything is optimization.
It really is. It really is.
And what are some of the hormones you're looking at?
Okay, well, definitely the pregnenolone. So we call that the great grandmother adrenal. Everything comes through that cascade, and it's an amazing adrenal. I look at that. I look at DHEA, which is the next one down in that adrenal cascade. Then I look at all the end hormones, such as estrone, estradiol, estriol in a female, and in a male, I'll look at dihydrotestosterone, testosterone, estradiol, and then even in a female, I'll look at their testosterone, which is at a different level. I'll look at sex hormone binding globulin, which is something that I've found as patients get older, that rises up, and what it does is it sequesters the hormone that needs to go to a receptor to be activated. So we lose that.
So it's not free no more.
Exactly right. So the free hormone is the hormone that gets the job done, not something that might be bound to a protein that won't release it to the receptor.
Okay. So you're getting that broad, grand picture.
Yes. And I think everybody deserves to have those things looked at when we reach a certain age anyway.
Of course.
And I even have kids and younger teenagers and everything that are not really optimizing their hormones. It's a little trickier when you're young, but regardless, you got to look. If you don't look, you don't find it. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking at protocol base,
yes.
You mentioned the toolbox,
yes.
and we know you have a lot in that toolbox.
Yeah.
But what are some of the weight loss after you take that broad picture and you look at their hormones, you're looking at their diet and what's really causing that? What are some of those tools that you're really using?
Okay, great. I mean, the first thing I always do is I have every patient do a 2-week detox. And I am a little bit of a wise ASS, if I may say that so. And on the top of the form, it says, if it's not on the list, make believe it doesn't exist. And the reason is I really went through every single food on the list. I created more of a shopping list for patients, categorical by proteins and carbs and fats and condiments and beverages and everything, of foods that are either highly allergic to most people, inflammatory, high glycemic, meaning they turn to blood sugar real quick, FODMAPs, which cause bloating, things like that. So I like even something like a nightshade. A lot of people associate nightshades with tomatoes, potatoes, eggplant, and peppers, and things like tobacco to being arthralgia driven. But it also creates inflammation in the body, which can impede weight loss. So I created that. They do a 2-week detox. Most people feel great after doing it, but I say you're cleaning the slate. Then we fix hormones if need be, whether it's a thyroid, adrenal, a testosterone, an estrogen, whatever it may be. We definitely remove toxins as we can, and we also remove allergens. Then wherever that patient's at in time and space, we say, well, what's next? Do we have to use something to increase your metabolism? Or is your problem with weight loss that you can't stay out of the refrigerator?
Okay.
So maybe we're going to be talking about that today, and something I'm very excited about is some of the things we use, like HCG program, and we use the LDN. But it's not like just throw it at a patient. It's like, what do you need to overcome the obstacle of not being able to lose weight?
Exactly. And they need to be ready for it, whatever
they
it
do.
is.
They do.
Okay.
They do. Mentally and physically, you know.
Okay. So HCG is interesting.
Yeah.
I love that topic. Explain to me kind of how it works.
Okay. HCG, though, it's out there and it's in many different forms. So let's just kind of get to the chase on that. There are mail order versions thereof that are homeopathic drops. I think the way they really work is because you're doing the diet, and they don't give you the same benefit as a true hormonal.
Those always fascinated me.
Yeah.
I see those a lot. Okay.
You do. And I have had patients that said they tried it, they didn't work. They've gone to quote unquote weight loss clinics that gave them drops. I said, it's not the hormone. I'm going to tell you it's not the hormone. If you lost weight, I'm extremely happy for you. I also hope you didn't spend your 2 weeks vacation trip on those diet programs because some of them
Yeah.
are extremely expensive, which
exactly.
I have a real issue with that.
Yeah.
Because weight loss should be part of really primary care in a way. It really should be.
Yeah, it's metabolic diabetes.
It is. It definitely is. But I love the HCG because it's interesting in its mechanism. So the HCG program is a 500 calorie limited, no to limited fat diet, which says, oh my God, how am I going to do 500 calories without fat? Well, it's easy to do, and I've done it myself because the HCG downregulates your appetite. But more important, at 500 calories, we go into starvation mode after a few days. So maybe you'd be like, oh my God, I lost a pound a day for the first couple of days. Well, that's fine. God bless. But then you halt. The HCG bypasses that mechanism, and the reason it does so is because of the essence of what that hormone is for. Back in the day, let's just say, I love this little analogy with patients. If you were walking across the tundra and you were a pregnant woman and your HCG is up, and that's part of the hormone regulation of pregnancy.
That's how they do the test.
That's exactly,
Yeah.
beta HCG, exactly what we do. Yeah, urine dip and blood.
Okay.
It allows the fetus to live, and I've always said, God or the universe, whatever your belief system is that we are supposed to procreate. So if there's a famine, the baby's supposed to make it, and unfortunately the mother might not. So what it does is it lets the fetus get all the nutrients. So it bypasses. So now when we go into starvation mode, quote unquote, with a diet, we want our bodies to still go and get nutrients, not just shut down. And the beauty with the HCG is it goes and gets the fat.
Wow.
Not lean muscle. So you start really burning fat. And we all know you can lose water weight. Okay, it's all right. Muscle weight, no, because muscle is metabolism. The minute you lose muscle, your metabolism goes back down. So when you use a safe hormone that bypasses that mechanism and goes after the fat, you won right away.
Wow.
And I've done it, like I said, 500 calories. I've gone up to 800 calories with patients. I call that more of a modified.
Okay.
Because I also look at, are they an athlete? Are they exercising? Or are they just a couch potato?
And what kind of diets do you usually suggest when, like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, anything special, or just...
Well, with my background being in culinary and being a chef and everything, I actually create...
You cook for them.
That they haven't gotten yet. But actually, for a while, I did have I owned a cafe, and we used to have Dr. Dave Feel-Good Foods. And we had a delivery service, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and we also had a reach-in box, and you could come into the facility and get it. So it was all based around the same things. Low glycemic, clean, healthy proteins, and great forms of fats and things like that. Healthy things. But on the HCG, it's not. There's no fat. So I always say to patients, this is not a way of life to eat this way. This is a hormonal reset to lose a lot of weight and turn on your metabolism.
Okay.
We don't do it just for the sake of doing it. There has to be a reason or a halt in the weight loss process. And once we use this HCG, patients really start doing well. Now, with Precision, you guys are great because you have the troches or troches, and we could go on all day, tomato, potato, patata. Troches. You like it? Troche?
I like troche.
Right,
let's go with that.
So I use the troche, 8 milligram. They're nice peppermint flavored. Goes in the buccal or inside the gum line, and you do that in the morning and absorb that into your body. And it really does regulate your appetite. Because 500 calories, I don't know if you know what 500 calories looks like. Most people don't. It's not a lot. But when you use lean proteins, low glycemic carbs, and no fats, you'd be surprised. Like my wife and I done it, together with the dieting over the years. There'll be times at the end of the day. I don't count calories personally because I just have a good mind for it, or I know what my body wants. My wife's a little bit better with it. God bless her, and she does great with it. But she keeps track. I don't have the patience. No pun intended. So I just go and I wing it. But she'll tell me, babe, it's 8:00 p.m. I still got 150 calories left. I'm like, how do you have 150 calories left yet to consume? You only ate 350 calories, and my wife and I like to eat. We have a culinary background, and we've done.
So
cooking
now you're
shows.
gonna watch her.
Exactly,
watch her,
and I watch her, right? But I'm like, can you believe you made it to 8:00 and still have 150 calories left? So it's the way you prepare foods, cook, and the type of foods. And I have a whole website with recipes. I have HCG specific recipes. But I also, when I meet with a patient, I give them little tips and secrets because I want, in a face-to-face thing here to connect with the patient and say, this is what I did, this is what other patients have done, and this is what works.
Of course.
And that's how we do it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned one last thing, low dose naltrexone.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
How, in your experience, you use it for weight loss. How does it work on when it comes to weight loss?
Well, I want to thank you for helping me get into the LDN a little bit more. So when we first started using that, and thank you. When we first started using it in practice, I was using it at like 4.5 milligrams as LDN, low dose naltrexone, for pain modulation. Now, it's not for somebody on opioids because naltrexone is a low dose opioid antagonist, but it raises your endorphins. So when we look at pain and weight loss, we need endorphins. We need endorphins every day.
Very similar. And you mentioned inflammation too.
Correct.
A lot of these patients, they're very inflamed.
Absolutely. And LDN, again, very safe. A lot of different dose regimens. There's even ultra low and everything. But it seems like 8 milligrams really worked quite well with the LDN. I did it, and not only did it help layer on top of the HCG, I'm basically a test tube dummy. All right. Anytime I lose weight, my wife keeps track of the calories she does, but I keep track of what I did. What did I do the night before, and how did my weight loss appear in the morning?
That's important. Like, keep a log, know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, and you do. And LDN goes beyond the appetite suppression. It actually raises growth hormone, which is an amazing, beautiful thing. It helps with insulin resistance. I mean, we are a society that has driven ourselves into insulin resistance. So if there's something that can help with that, that's huge.
It's like 35% of the nation.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's scary. It's really scary. And you know, it's not a lot of secrets around how to reduce that resistance. You got to do the work. Yeah. But LDN does the work with you by directly affecting it, but indirectly helping you lose the weight, which lowers the resistance. So it's a win-win. And it's, I think when people feel like, oh my God, I feel good. I mean, I was kidding, like week 2 into my detox and weight loss, I said, if I was in a room without a door, I'll just make a door. I'm just going to walk through the wall. I felt that good. You sleep better. You feel better. The only thing you don't do is sleep through the night because you got to pee a lot. Now, patients go, well, is that water weight? No, that's phase 2 detoxification. Phase 1 detoxification is fat-soluble toxins. And if you don't make it into the water-soluble end of things, you have not detoxed. If anything, when people talk about fasting, like the traditional fast, which I'm not into that for myself or patients, you feel like you have the flu. Why? Because you're stuck in phase 1 detox. You're not getting rid of the toxins. So when you do it right with the right foods, the right supplements, the right support, you go quickly into phase 2 detox. And other than getting up every couple of hours, which nobody tends to care about at this point because you're losing the weight and feel great.
Yeah.
It's not a lifelong thing. It's just during that process. And you see the difference. You just see the difference. You feel the difference. Wow. It's great.
I love it. Well, listen, I want to thank you for everything you do for your patients.
Thank you.
Everything you do for the community, the society, and thank you for letting us use your office.
Thanks. Well, you know what? With COVID, it's nice to have somebody in here. We're trying our 6-foot distancing. I test every day, so I'm not too concerned about that. Not every day. Maybe every few days I do test, but I just hope everybody, on that note, really, really pays attention to the statistics and this and that. Just don't put yourself in harm's way. I mean, every patient that comes in this door, I plead with them to be smart, be safe. And God forbid they do get COVID. Even Precision has some great compounded things to help get the patients through COVID. There's a nutraceutical suite of things that I use.
Of course.
I've kept every patient except for one out of the hospital, so I'm very proud of that.
I love it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for having us. And
Thanks.
Keep on doing what you do.
You got it, brother. You too, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Christian Stella from Precision Opinions Live. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our social media links. You can reach us by email at compounding@precisionpharmacy.net or our phone number 516-785-4774, extension 2 for compounding. Thank you very much. Thanks for viewing.